Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher fires back.
I mean, we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team. We didn't buy one player.
We didn't buy any players. It's despicable that a reputable head coach could come out and say this when he doesn't get his way. The narcissist in him doesn't allow those things to happen. Some people think they're God. Oh, he's called.
You just didn't take the call?
Not going to. We're done.
You better stay one step ahead of me.
Everybody's got to be all in this. Now's the time to go fight the fight.
They're going to come, we're going to come. Turn it loose. You're either lion or the greyhound. Which one are you? You're either hunting or you're being hunted.
Here comes the #1 team in the country.
One step ahead of me.
Here come the fighting Texas Aggies.
The enemy.
And the matchup tonight, the Aggies of Texas A&M traveling into Bryant-Denny Stadium, the Home Depot SEC on CBS. And the #1 team in the country waiting for the rematch of the game from a year ago. A 41-38 thriller as the Aggies handed the Crimson Tide their only regular season loss of 2021. And welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Gary Danielson. Jenny Dell will join us in a moment. Gene Steratore is in our New York studios as our rules expert. It's great to have good friends, you know what I'm saying? And obviously the opening there is about the juiciness of the offseason. There really isn't an offseason in college football anymore. But that was what happened. And now that headline's kind of getting buried a little bit by some of the other things that have gone on this week.
It was the headline, but unfortunately it can't be done because these teams play each other and you have to see each other. And the story for this game is they both got a storyline, but this was pregame. This was uncomfortable. 6 minutes back to back, and then all of a sudden
somebody said, Coach, Jimbo's over here behind you. And then at that point they turned, and the former assistant Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban had a handshake, but it wasn't a love fest, let's put it that way, and it didn't last very long. So that was just a few minutes ago. The reason that that is not the headline really tonight is because the Heisman Trophy winner from last year, Bryce Young, was injured last week, if you missed it, in the Arkansas game, a shoulder injury, and so the big story has been all week whether or not he's going to play.
Yeah, and we were told right away that they're going to wait right up until game time, and you'll know at game time. Even some of the assistant coaches didn't know what would happen, but as soon as we saw Bryce Young not throw one single pass in warm-ups, we knew that it was going to be #4 in this football game.
And Jalen Milroe got all the reps in practice, or at least a majority of the reps in practice, so they have a built-in game plan for him tonight.
So he came in last week, scored the touchdown, had a good second half of that football game, now got the practice snaps, as Ness has told you. He will have more of a package in the offense which suits his skills as he goes into this football game. He knows that he's the guy, but he also has the other guy on the sideline if he needs any help. And this is what happened just as he left the field. Those two guys will work together a little differently than they had hoped, but they will work together.
And they've got a guy that works in the backfield for him, and Jahmyr Gibbs, who we saw just explode last week. Good to have a guy like this back there.
Well, we all know that when we can turn around and hand the ball off and produce long runs like this, one of the elite running backs in college football, and he is something to watch. He'll line up all over the formations, but handing the ball off with the running attack is what Nick Saban and Alabama would like to do.
The Aggies have a quarterback situation of their own. Max Johnson's not going to play, injured throwing hand, and so the backup, used to be a backup, Haynes King's going to be the guy.
He was a starter last year. He got hurt. He was a starter. He won the job this year. Didn't play as well, but now because of injury, Haynes King will start the game. Have heard, though, be ready for Connor Wigman, the 5-star player of the year. He could see action in this football game. We don't know what's going on, I tell you.
And much like we said with Jahmyr Gibbs, if you got a guy like Devon A-Chain, get it to him.
He does. He will have to be at least 25 touches. They've got an injury to Anaya Smith, their go-to receiver, but this guy, A-Chain, will line up all over the formation. He has to produce some big plays in the game like he did a year ago.
Well, there's 100,000 that are ready for action in Tuscaloosa. We are as well. We'll check with Jenny and kick it off when we come back. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, Papa John's, Progressive, and by the Home Depot. The Aggies of Texas A&M against the #1 team in the country, the Crimson Tide of Alabama. Calzade rolls right.
Touchdown, Aggies! And Alabama gets the huge play they were looking for.
Zach throws. Touchdown, Aggies! For an Aggie upset win. And it's good. He got it. And Seth Small comes up big. That was a year ago in College Station. This is right now in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Almost exact circumstances from a year ago. A 3-2 Aggie team, a #1 Alabama team. Got the same scenario tonight. Third member of our team down on the field, Jenny Dale. Jenny.
Yeah, well, Nick Saban said that 3 things needed to happen in order for Bryce Young to play tonight. Number 1, the medical staff needed to clear it. Number 2, Bryce himself needed to feel physically fit. And number 3, Coach Saban had to feel confident in Bryce's health. Now, Alabama is handling this situation with such care. The medical staff taking every precaution. Bryce's parents have been involved. Coach Saban told me that Young has been fully transparent with his status. And you guys mentioned it off the top. He led the team out for pregame warm-ups, but he did not throw a ball. A nice big hug to Milroe as well in pregame. So if you look at those 3 steps, it looks like at least one of the 3 did not pan out, guys.
Exactly, Jenny. Thank you. This is a 15th meeting all time between these 2 teams. Alabama leads at 11-3. They've won 8 of the last 9. That number 9 was last year in the upsets. Perfect night for football in Alabama.
One last thing, Ness, I was down in the field and Bill O'Brien told me that he looked at Bryce Young and the coaching staff said, "We trust you. Be honest with us."
Obviously not only a very bright present, but a bright future for Bryce Young. You have to think about all of that as well.
Absolutely. All part of the equation.
Alabama won the toss and deferred. Will Reichard's got it teed up. Devon A-Chain, who took 196 for a touchdown, is back deep. Here he comes from the 4. Not going to do 96 this time. He won't get to the 20. Our lineups presented by Papa John's. And it starts with Haynes King, the quarterback. As Gary said, started last year, won the job, got hurt in the Colorado game, came back, won the job again this preseason, and then lost his job due to some turnovers. Here's the group that'll join him. Moose Muhammad had a huge game last week. They're going to need all of him and then some because they don't have Anaya Smith in their lineup anymore. From the 17. King on the roll. He's going to keep it all the way, and he's going to get up big yardage. Got about 19 before he's run out of bounds. So that's one of the things he does really well.
One of the reasons he won the job a year ago was his 4.6 speed, the ability to bring this to the offense. And you're right on the first play, run pass option and an easy pickup.
That should settle him in a little bit. At the 32, first down. A-Chain in motion up to the top of your screen. King had it batted down at the line of scrimmage. I think it was Brian Young who got a big hand on it.
Last year in this game, the Alabama front only had 3 quarterback hurries. I'll bet they heard a lot about that all week.
Yep.
You think?
See the inside pressure, and both those guys got a hand on it, Otis and Young.
And in fact, Will Anderson, number 31, did not have a pressure or a sack in this game.
King fires. Oh, that would have been a pick 6 if Brian Branch could have held it.
I think he had his eyes on the receiver going for the hit. I think if he'd have turned around and looked for the ball, he might have had it. And you're right, pick 6. I think this is him right here. Drops in his zone. He's got his eyes on the receiver, and it's a 2-8. Ball is by him by the time he looked. He did get his hand on it, though.
Ricocheted off him and off the face mask of Marshall, the intended receiver. Here's your opening 3rd down for the Aggies, and they have struggled on 3rd down, only 35% on the year. 3rd down and 10 here. King, pressure coming. Has to go to the safety valve out in the flat. And not going to get a first down. McKinstry and O'To'o make the stop, and it's 4th down.
This matchup zone that Nick Saban has been running for years, you just don't drop and cover grass. You find a player in your area, cover him, and then come up and make the plays. Almost a face, well, not more than almost, could have been called.
So Nick Constantino in to punt, and look out for Kool-Aid McKinstry with the lightning in a bottle punt return capabilities he has, but he's forced a fair catch this one back at the 20-yard line. So Jalen Milroe takes the field with a pop on the shoulder pads from Bryce Young from behind. He's been cheerleading all week at practice when he's not in the lineup or not working out.
And more than that in practice, I saw him actually coaching receivers out there. Not only Milroe, but all the wideouts on every play.
So at the 20. Jahmyr Gibbs trying to get to the edge. They stretch it out. He still gets almost 10 out of it. Now Papa John's lineups start with Jalen Milroe. Out of Katy, Texas, a redshirt freshman, played really well in relief duty last week in their win over Arkansas. And getting his first start now tonight. Seth McLaughlin's getting a lot more time at center. They like his leadership and his feistiness on that front wall. As last week, a big game on the ground for the Tide. Milroe looking for his first pass across the middle. Got it complete to Gibbs. First down. Jalen Milroe last week. Some highlights for sure, Gary.
He did. He struggled a little bit in the 3rd quarter. This was at the end of the 2nd quarter. Easy, safe pass. Then he ends up scoring a touchdown. But the long run, that was what broke the game open for Alabama.
77-yarder that got him down to 1st and goal. And now here is Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs puts both hands around the football as he gets into Aggie land at the 44-yard line.
This offensive line found themselves with the rushing attack. They know they had to step up and make plays. Oh, McLaughlin, number 56, the center, reaches over and gets his block again. He had a great game last week. Starts off with a edge blocking right there, and that created the hole for Gibbs.
And a 25-yard gain. And you don't have to give this guy too much of a crease. And then when he gets into the next level, brought down game-saving, touchdown-saving tackle, I should say. And Deuce Harmon is the guy that was helping on the stop, and he's the one that's shaken up.
Ness, one more look at the center being able to get his block and reach out on the play. Watch it right here. He gets out, takes a lateral step, and finds that 3 technique to his left. Then you just go around inside. Cohen makes the play. Beautiful blocking by that offensive line.
Just seals it off on the inside. Gibbs did the rest. First down, the 43. Now it's Milroe on a keep. To the far side, a stiff arm, got something out of nothing there, picked up about 4. As we check the defense for the Aggies, a younger group than what we're used to seeing, especially up front. But in the back end, their leading tackler is Antonio Johnson. The secondary is experienced The front, not so much.
And Richardson and Johnson, 26 and 27. They've got to give fits to Milroe.
Milroe getting some pressure, and down he goes back at midfield. And it's Chris Russell, the linebacker.
A year ago, that pass rush, mostly in dime and nickel packages, but this time just feeling the flow, and his assignment as the quarterback, he did pretty good on his assignment.
Sure did. First time Milroe's been sacked this year. Jace McClellan now into the backfield with Milroe. On a third down at 16. Back at the 49. Low snap. Milroe handles it across the middle. Intended for Latu. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's where you're not going to make the living. Throwing the ball, lobbing it over the middle. Had a robber there. Jalen Milroe very fortunate, Milroe, to get out of that third down pass without something worse happening. As you mentioned, the low snap got his eyes off, and look where this ball goes.
Now that doesn't happen with Bryce Young.
That's not what you want to do on 3rd and 16.
Moose Muhammad, who we talked about as a wide receiver, back as a punt returner here. James Burnip to punt. You look behind Burnip. Lazy kick to the far side, and it's going to go out of bounds. I think they'll spot it around the 12. Let's see where they walk it off to. And out to the 14. So Jimbo Fisher gathers his troops, and they'll be on offense for the second time in a scoreless first quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Get nonstop sports news, expert picks, and the biggest highlights on CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 sports news network. Download the CBS Sports app to watch, and Gary will be along with the HQ team after the game tonight. Bama's defense. Kool-Aid McKinstry had a really good game against Arkansas last week, and he's coming into his own for sure, not only as a defensive back, but as a punt returner.
Jalen Moody not out there for Alabama at inside linebacker, replaced by Lawson, number 32, Deontay Lawson.
First down from the 14. A-Chain. Nice run. Well, it's been a problem for Texas A&M. Can't keep the offense on the field. We talked about their third down conversion problems. The plays per game shocks me.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. I mean, their defense can't get stops. Their offense can't convert third down. And when I talked to Jimbo, we said, Jimbo, are you all right? What's going on? He goes, we just got to execute. It's fast like that.
Execute is what he said, yeah.
You got to execute.
A-Chain in trouble. He's going down to the line of scrimmage. To'o made the first hit, and then the guy that Gary just talked about, Lawson, filling at that linebacker spot, cleaned up.
You know, really feel right now that this is a big call for A&M. Get down and need a first down and they control the ball. You saw the stats just like we did right there. Making these third and shorts. Now this is where Hayes King can be a weapon for them. The extra running back.
Brian Branch comes out. Brian Young goes in as they're going to put a little bit of beef up front right now. And A-Chain's got it. Needed a yard, got almost 3.
Everybody takes a deep breath if you're an Aggie fan right now, because getting this first down and second and short and then third and short and pushing it through like that, that's what they need. A little bit of confidence. That's exactly what Jimbo said. We need to feel confident about what we're doing. A lot of plays on the field to be made. Just execute what you're there. See it, do it. Don't think too much.
First down for the Aggies. Play fake, quick strike, slant, incomplete. Broken up by Arnold in the secondary for Alabama.
Talked to Pete Golan, told us, but Terrion Arnold came to him after the last game, and he said, you know, Coach, that's the first game I felt at all comfortable. The first games, I was terrified out there.
Made a really nice play on that one. Forces a second down and 10.
That looked comfortable, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Going to be uncomfortable right now. Got rid of it at the last second. Will Anderson let him have it.
And the double clutch right there. You got to go back and throw on timing. When you double clutch with this Alabama pass rush, just puts too much pressure on that offensive line.
You see how Anderson weaved his way around everybody and still that fast into the hole.
To'o actually picked off the offensive lineman blocking. Really nice run stunt by Alabama right there.
3rd down and 10. Let's see if they can stay on the field this time. A-Chain, far side, trying to get to the edge. Won't get to the first down marker. To'o ran him out. And it's punting time for the Aggies.
Well, there's a lot of great players on the field, and physically they're all gifted, but Henry To'o puts them in the right spot. He knows the defense, calls out the plays they say before they happen. That may be the biggest difference from a year ago on this defense. They got a quarterback on defense.
Constantino with a punt. McKinstry paid the price for taking that and not taking a fair catch. And actually lost a couple of yards.
Perfect punt, though. Right there, 2 yards outside the numbers. That's what you want to do to McKinstry.
8:50 remaining. First quarter. Scoreless at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Do you really know the one you love? Paramount Plus original movie Significant Other is now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. Rated R. Go to ParamountPlus.com/significantother to try it free. So Alabama on offense from the 24. Milroe on the keeper. Jalen Milroe pops it out for about 14 yards before the Aggies can track him down.
Well, when you talk about the speed on the field with the two halfbacks, Gibbs and A-Chain, the 3rd fastest player on the field might be number 4 for Alabama. They say he's the 2nd fastest on the team for Alabama. Behind
Gibbs. This time scrambling around, and he'll take off again. And he got 10 more plus.
So Bryce Young does this as well. Okay, he gets out of the pocket, and he's a fit when some things aren't there. But for Milroe, I mean, this is part of his package.
Yeah.
Alabama is depending on him to bring yards in this football game.
Came in with 163 yards on the ground, and he's got 2 big gainers already here in the first quarter.
What you want to do with a young quarterback is give him an easy read, a stutter and go, throw the bomb, covered well by A&M. They tried to go for the home run, give him a deep ball, nobody back there. Safe throw is a deep throw to the outside.
2nd down and 12. JoJo Earl in the lineup.
This is the look that gave Alabama fits a year ago. 5 men up, 6 men up, coming from different directions.
And then a blitz off the corner, but Milroe's going the other direction. They run him out of bounds at the 45. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. Denver Harris pushed him out.
So you line up 6, jump out of it. Chris Russell comes out, and all of a sudden, Antonio Johnson's coming from the wide side of the field.
Here they come. Milroe, all arm on that throw. Latu incomplete.
It's really Alabama's patented rub route to the outside. They kind of crisscross the tight end and the wide receiver, but just enough pressure inside. As Ness told you, didn't get anything on the throw. Just threw it flat-footed.
So Burnett comes in to punt again. And that's Muhammad back around his own 5. High end over end kick, fair catch, called for and taken by Muhammad around the 7-yard line. 7:06 remaining first quarter. Nobody's been able to score so far. Now Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. This is Gary's Cheetah package.
Well, when you're fast, it shows up and you can measure it. A year ago, Achane on the kickoff return, 22.2 miles per hour. Watch this one. Gibbs breaks loose. Ness called touchdown right at the 50 right there. He got 22.8. And then Jalen Milroe on the scramble off. Look at this. 22 for a quarterback. The reason I like this is when you're doing projects, you want to do them fast. And I always get them done fast because my better half did most of the projects.
She did all the projects. Christy did, so.
She's laid up a little bit, so I want to give her a shout.
Yeah, that's good. Absolutely. She basically built your house in Detroit.
Exactly.
Back at the 8-yard line. Achane got about 3. Otis in on the stop, along with Lawson again, the linebacker.
So what happened last year? Why did this A&M offense work so well last year? Well, first of all, Zach Calzada started out the game 13 for 14.
Yeah, that helped.
Half. They also had Weidemeyer, the tight end.
Right.
Like kind of a guy he could depend on in seat, and Aniyah Smith. 2 go-to guys. In fact, they caught 3 touchdown passes in this game. They're not out there.
King.
Oh,
there's a good throw right there.
What
nice catch.
Good coverage. Can't do much better than that. Branch was right there. King throws it right in the slot, and that's what Jimbo's saying. Listen, the offense is the offense. We're doing what everybody else does. We have to hit the guy and make some plays.
His daddy made a few of those in the NFL for about 14 years. Musa Muhammad. This is Moose.
And he actually played for Nick Saban at Michigan State.
That's right. He played for the Panthers and the Bears. So that's a big gainer. Maybe they'll give King some confidence. He might run out of confidence. Anderson had him. He got away. Fires on the run, and did they complete that? No, incomplete. Intended for Evan Stewart on the near side.
I think every time Haynes King makes a play with his legs in this game, that the A&M staff goes, that's what we need, all right? Don't take chances. Get us out of trouble. Max Johnson was doing it, hurt his left thumb out of this football game for A&M, but make the plays that's there, and if not, save us. And he did it just then.
2nd down and 10 for the 25. Has to get rid of it. Out in the flat to Stewart. And he's going to get pummeled after a short gain. It's Muhammad again. Beg your pardon.
Aniyah Smith is the guy who made the plays a year ago. Broke his ankle. Actually broke his ankle blocking. Got hit from behind on the play.
There he is. Really good player. That's a big loss to their offense.
Yeah, because he can line up as halfback or in the slot. It gives him that 2-back look without having to substitute. It'll be more difficult now with those young receivers.
To'o coming on a blitz. Achane, the intended receiver, got it too far out in front of him, and the Aggies will have to punt.
I think Achane had a chance to pick up the first down if this ball was thrown accurately. I mean, Alabama would squeeze him, but he's a pretty gifted running back. And again, the easy throws. Toa comes, pushed by, give it to him. You don't know you're going to make it for sure, but I would like to give him a try, right?
Exactly. And fair catch. Taken back to 29 by McKinstry. 5 minutes remaining first quarter. We're still scoreless in Tuscaloosa. Now it's time for our hometown connection presented by T-Mobile. Down to Jenny.
Yeah, a little bit more on Jalen Milroe. He originally committed to Texas. Both of his parents were military vets, and the man, he can sing. His middle school choir actually sang at a Houston Rockets game, so that's impressive. I spoke with his high school football coach, Todd McVeigh, from Tompkins High in Katy, Texas, and he told me that Milroe is the ultimate competitor. When Jalen walks into a room, he owns it in a humble, confident way. Last week, McVeigh was actually out doing errands when Milroe was put into the game, so he started getting texts from everyone. He drove to his nearest place to watch the game on TV. So tonight, Coach, I know you're watching this from home.
All right, Coach.
Not doing any errands tonight, I'll tell you that.
That's right. Paying complete attention to number 4, who's in the backfield with Jahmyr Gibbs. A tie from the 30. Milroe, little jump pass, got it out. Gibbs made one man miss. Dives forward, got to the 36.
Yes, A&M will rotate 15 different linemen in those 4 defensive lineman spots. Listen to this. 7 of those 15 guys are true freshmen.
They're really young. Last year they had DeMarvin Leal and Tyree Johnson and Jaden Berry and Michael Clemens and all those guys. They accounted for most of their 39 sacks that they had a year ago. Gibbs, the jump cut in the hole, but he only got about a yard.
A lot of pride in that A&M defense. You know, they stood toe-to-toe. Now, Bryce Young ate him up last year. He put a lot of points on the board, but they know they have to help this offense here in this game. They have to match Alabama's defense, and boy, you come up with Antonio Johnson filling from that safety position. Bama needs to go deep, if you ask me. They need to loosen up this A&M secondary. Safety's making plays at the line of scrimmage. You got to chuck the ball deep.
Alabama hasn't converted yet. They got another 3rd down here. Gibbs hitting the backfield, trying to break free, and he's going down. Again, nice job. Anthony Lucas comes up with that play.
Yeah, 18 was there as well. Trying to run the ball on 30. You're not going to run the ball like this if number 9 is the game. It's a different offense in this game for Alabama. Don't want to make a mistake on your own 30-yard line.
Right. They lost 7. So number 7's back. Getting set to return the punt from Burnham.
Muhammad does not like the fair catch. He gets really close and takes some big hits.
Alabama sometimes doesn't punt 3 times in a game. This is their 3rd punt of the first quarter. Knocked it out of bounds around the 22 with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tomorrow morning at 9 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Start your football Sunday with our Tops crew as they break down the latest NFL headlines leading up to Week 5 action on that other pregame show. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell here in Tuscaloosa. Gene Steratore is along with us. Scoreless first quarter through the first 12 minutes.
Just another note for A&M. Agunbi, number 74, is lined up at left tackle. Had to make a change there because Zoom could not go.
King, quarterback draw, trying to get to the outside. Only got about a yard, and he's run out by Deontay Lawson, who's having a great first quarter, filling in for Moody, who's out tonight.
Darn if these teams at this level don't have good backups. They recruit a lot of good players, and you got to wait your turn to get out on the field. Yes, I heard a thing of the top 100 players in high school football last year. 50 of them went to 4 schools: A&M, Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State.
The rich get richer. Stewart, one of those 5-star receivers, was in motion. Devin A-Chain. First down, Aggies.
Coming right at you. Nice cut inside. Battle will run you to the sideline. You got to put your foot in the ground and cut inside of him.
A-Chain, not the biggest guy in the world, and he gets even smaller when it's track season because he generally loses weight to run faster. He likes to be about 185. I don't know if he weighs that much right now. Going nowhere against the Alabama defensive front that time.
Yeah, the question will be with A-Chain, and you're right, how will they substitute him in this football game? Because they need him for 4 quarters in this game. You know, and last year they had help with Spiller.
Right.
This time he's on his own. Basically as a veteran player. They got help, obviously, and not someone they trust as much as Devin A-Chain.
They've got L.J. Johnson and Amari Daniels, but for the most part they know they need all they can get from number 6 if they're to pull off an upset tonight. Here's an end around, reverse. Evan Stewart. Alabama tracks him down. Oh, man, that's a tough shot on the sideline. Yeah, popped right up. Okay, that's good.
Evan Stewart is one of those 5-star true freshmen from that recruiting class. Everybody waiting for him to break out as an A&M fan. Highly recruited by Alabama as well.
Yes, he was. Now let's see if the Aggies can stay on the field. 3rd down and 3. They've only converted 1 third down so far here in the quarter. Extra rusher coming. King is in trouble. Down he goes. Chris Braswell gets to the quarterback.
So you saw Haynes again pull the ball down. 5-man rush, man-to-man coverage. Let it go, Haynes. Pick out a guy, throw him a 50-50 ball. This is not going to work against these. They're not going to run past you. All week in practice, Alabama knows he can run from the pocket.
Constantino hit this one a mile into the Alabama sky, and it's fair caught back around the 28-yard line by McKinstry with 13 seconds remaining in the quarter. So Alabama's got it back, and this has been a battle of defense and punting game so far.
Alabama has tried one deep ball with the stutter and go. Again, I wonder when they're going to let him throw a deep one and loosen up this A&M defense. The safeties, all 3 of them are just smelling play action pass. Give them something deep.
Gibbs, tough
sledding up there, isn't it?
It is. And that'll bring the first quarter to a close. So one thing you got to do is not get way behind the #1 team in the country. So far, so good for Texas A&M in that area. A scoreless first quarter at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Quarter number 2 coming up. Aerial coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Goodyear. As you look in at Bryant-Denny Stadium, 100,000 fans on hand to start the second quarter here, with the tie to 2nd down and 8 at their own 31-yard line. Latu, the tight end, in motion. Milroe is going to throw it out in the flat. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets some positive yardage, but not a first down, as we welcome you back to the booth. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson. If I'm reading you right, I think you're thinking about both quarterbacks saying, let it rip.
They'd like to, especially because in this game last year, the 2 quarterbacks combined for 654 yards passing. They had 36 in the first quarter. They're going to have to catch fire to get it going, because these defenses are tough to run the ball inside without a passing game.
Aggies jumped offside into the neutral zone. I think that's going to be a free first down. McKinley Jackson, I think, was the guilty party.
Offside on the defense. Number 35. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
So there's a freebie on 3rd down. Just amazing, almost eerily similar. Last season, Aggies were 3-2. Same this year after a preseason rank of 6th. They're not ranked right now. Previous game, lost to Mississippi State.
Yep.
It's exactly the same, except that was in College Station. This is in Tuscaloosa. Milroe. He'll take off. He's going to get the first down just on cruise control into Aggie territory inside the 47.
So if you're DJ Durkin, defensive coordinator for A&M, you love that big 0 on the board, the passing game. But right here, you're just saying, sooner or later, this is going to cost us.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we got to keep this guy in the pocket. We like our chances if we keep him in the pocket and throwing the ball. There's DJ.
Milroe's already got 40 yards on the ground. This time he sets up 2 tight end formation in a pistol with Jahmyr Gibbs behind him. And Gibbs gets the handle. They bottled him up pretty good so far.
They have.
Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, the Aggies without DB Deuce Harmon. He went straight off the field to the injury tent with 12 minutes left in the first quarter. Came out. He was icing his right shoulder, but I'm told it's actually a leg injury. He was on the bike focusing primarily on his left side. He's back in the injury tent now, guys. Questionable to return.
All right, Jenny, thanks. Gibbs goes out. Jace McClellan comes into the Alabama backfield. Play action. Milroe, he'll take off again. Here he goes again. Jalen Milroe inside the 20. Out of bounds with a first down in the red zone.
Well, we just talked about it. I mean, you got to keep number 4 in the backfield, okay? You got to get him throwing the football. Coverage downfield is great, but look at all that space. No spy, no one to help. Guy runs a 4.40 when he gets in the secondary. It's like a running back after he breaks the line of scrimmage.
33-yard pickup to the 12. Now it's McClellan trying to weave down inside the 10. Got to the 10. That's it. Alabama with the first real threat to score here at the 10-yard line or just outside of it.
Alabama has, I think, rotated in Tyler Booker, number 52, in at one of those guard spots. The true freshman earned his way on the field.
And we got a player down now. That draws the ire of the Alabama fans. Denver Harris. And as Jenny just reported, with Deuce Harmon out, Denver Harris, they're getting thin at corner right now. And he'll be coming out for at least one play. We'll check on him when we come back. Anyway, you can get the job done if it's your quarterback running the football. Run the football.
Seen it before. Blake Sims, 59-0 game. He hurt him with his legs. Jalen Hurts as well had the package, and I'm sure Alabama put a few of these plays in for Milroe.
Milroe had a big run of 33 to get them down where they are right now. Second down, just outside the 10. He'll keep it. He goes down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Damari Richardson.
Yeah, he stayed home. He knows who the weapon is, the running back, and then the quarterback number 2. He's got that edge, stayed right there, cleans up the tackle.
Already 73 yards tonight. Jahmyr Gibbs now checks back into the Alabama backfield. Third down and 8. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Milroe throws over the middle and got it to Latu, the tight end. Alabama touchdown. Got a flag down.
Might have been a late hit of the quarterback. They came out all out blitzed at A&M, and he got the ball off. I wonder if he got a hit after he threw it. Yes, he did. Jalen Milroe's not sure. He's staying on the field. He's kind of saying, what's going on?
Here's a call from Matt Leffler.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 65 on the offense. That penalty being forced on the kickoff. That is number 65's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
I'll take you back to the touchdown first.
Cameron Latu just makes himself big. Watch him come out and just be big on the goal line, like posting up in basketball. Just turn around, throw me the ball.
Reichard's extra point is good.
One more look at Latu. Get to the goal line, be big. Turn around, here I am. Just threaded in there, perfect throw.
And then the penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct right there, taunting on J.C. Latham. They'll tack that on the kick, but Alabama's on the board, 7-0. It was Jalen Milroe's run that got him down outside the 10-yard line, and he capped it off with the touchdown pass, his third of the season. Short kick to the 15. To Preston, and he didn't make much out of that.
No, that's a win for the Alabama kickoff coverage unit. 15-yard penalty, and they keep him to the 30 last series. This is the one. 2 big mistakes by the A&M defense. Not keeping him in the pocket, letting him have too much space, and then in a passing situation, an all-out blitz, no one covers the tight end. Look around. Damani Richardson says, I should have had him. And Bryce Young says, that's what I'm looking for. Nice drive by the young guy, huh?
Absolutely. Probably give him a little more confidence in his arm, too, with that throw. He tucked it in there. A-Chain. Devin A-Chain for about 7. Texas A&M, all their drives, quote unquote, have ended in punts. And nothing longer than 3 minutes on the field. That's the problem they've been having all year long.
Well, and mistakes, too. Back-to-back mistakes by the defense.
Second down and 3. King throws quickly to A-Chain in the flat. And what an open field tackle by Brian Branch.
A year ago, I watched the game and charted it. Brian Branch had 8 solo tackles in this game a year ago. A lot of them look just like that. He read the play and attacked it, didn't he?
Yep. 11 tackles, and as Gary said, 8 of them all by himself. And that's hard to do against a guy as nifty and as fast as Devin A-Chain.
Yeah, he just anticipated where the ball was going and got there before A-Chain could get it going.
Each team's only converted once on third down. Toe-to-toe coming on an inside blitz. King's in trouble. And they bring him down from behind, and he almost lost the ball. Dallas Turner with a sack.
So you could be an athlete at quarterback, but the edge rushers for Alabama are athletes as well. And watch him run down Haynes.
Wow.
Boom. You know, these guys are 6'3", 6'4", 250, running as fast as, you know, running backs and wide receivers nowadays.
Constantino's been a busy punter. Alabama with a flag down, jumped. But it's not going to be, even if they walk it off against Alabama, it's still going to be 4th down.
The 12th man is the center
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty. It remains 4th down.
12th man is the long snapper for the Aggies.
Yep.
So it's still 4th down. Thanks to that sack, it was 4th and 12. Now it's 4th and 7. Constantino, wow, got it way up in the air again. He's not giving McKinstry any kind of room, and now they just had to clear out. I don't know if he lost that one in the lights a little bit. At any rate, he just backed away from it, and it actually took an Alabama bounce. The speed of the linebackers, those edge rushers that Gary's talking about. Nowhere to hide for the quarterback. Can't get much stingier than the Alabama defense has been in this first
No,
half.
they already have 2 sacks. They've been a factor. They've batted down balls. They've affected the quarterback. Even when they're not sacking him, they're putting pressure on him, forcing throwaways when he doesn't want to throw the ball. That front 7, the 4 up front, and adding a linebacker every once in a while has been a difference to this A&M offense trying to get on track against the Alabama defense.
Alabama's defense 4th in the country in total defense, 5th in scoring defense, 4th in pass defense. And we just showed you why. Milroe. And he waited too long. The ball's it out, and the Aggies have got it. Fumble, and Cooper scoops it up.
So we do a package on Alabama's defensive front, and what happens? A&M comes in and makes a play. Keeps them in the pocket. He viced in there. When he rolls up from behind, Diggs comes in and makes the sack and fumble. Ball's loose and field position. Get back in the game for this A&M offense now.
Fadil Diggs with the forced fumble. Adrian Cooper with the fumble recovery. You see number 10 knock it out from behind. Number 45 covers it. And here's a golden opportunity now at the 30-yard line. The Aggies can get something going on offense. Turnover margin not good. That's something that's not normal for Alabama. Haynes King steps up, fires near side. There's a good throw and catch out to Chris Marshall.
And a great route. This time Haynes King had enough time. The offensive line gave him time. Nice route to the outside. Sells it. Comeback. Love the comeback. A lot of people like the back shoulder throw. I love the comeback. I feel it's a wider radius.
He just
that ball.
froze McKinstry in his tracks.
He sold the deep route.
So So in the red zone for the first time for the Aggies at the 17. The throw over the middle is a little bit high, incomplete, intended for Evan Stewart.
Well, it looks like there's space to throw this ball inside, but the safety doesn't even take a half a step back. And when you're a little high with the ball, you don't have a chance.
DeMarco Helms broke it up.
The only way that could have been completed was a low right there in the gut, so he could have just engulfed it.
Well, last week against Mississippi State in the loss, they turned it over down in the red zone. They can't afford that here. Little option. Late pitch, A-Chain. Man, did he get leveled after a 2-yard pickup by Brian Branch.
Nice job by that Bama defense on the edge to buy time. Watch how long it takes for Haynes King to make a commit by the defense. Buy time, and then Henry To'oTo'o runs it out, and he waits for the other guys to come up and make the tackle. To'oTo'o does wonderful that time, accounting for the quarterback, forcing the pitch, and allow those safeties to make the play on the option.
3rd down and 7. Aggies near the bottom of the SEC in touchdown conversions down here. They got this one inside the 5-yard line to Chris Marshall.
Kind of a fancy blitz look this time by Alabama. They bring only 4, drop the end, and then right in the middle of the field, wide open. As open as you can get in your red zone passing attack. Just way too easy for Haynes King on that one to convert the 3rd down.
1st and goal, Texas A&M. Trying to take advantage of the fumble by Alabama. And looking to draw even. That one took a long time on the exchange between King and A-Chain on whether King was going to keep it or not.
I thought King wanted to keep it, but he couldn't get it out of the pocket. Watch after the play, King kind of slap his hand like, oh, King just outside of the picture on that play. I think he wanted it, but couldn't. Oh, he's got to give it to him. And then he knew it right away.
At any rate, they still need 5 yards plus on 2nd and goal. King fires, touchdown, Aggies, and it's Moose Muhammad.
Jimbo knows what Alabama's defense does near the goal line. They're going to play 4-on-3. 4 players right here covering 3. You go on the inside guy, run the stop route, a beautifully designed pattern, and that time the A&M offensive game plan produced a touchdown on that throw. They knew exactly what Alabama was going to do.
Randy Bond's extra point is up and good. So with 6.5 minutes to go, first it was the Aggies defense coming up with a strip sack and a fumble recovery by Edgerrin Cooper. And then 6 plays later and 30 yards later, King rifles it to Muhammad. 7-7 in Tuscaloosa.
Adam Zucker in New York. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Houston Nutt, BJ, and I get you caught up on today's action, which includes Kentucky, yet another SEC team missing its starting quarterback. Will Levis out, so Kaya Sharon in there to Jordan Dingle, tying that game up at 7 at the half, just like our score in Tuscaloosa, guys.
As you see the kickoff team take the field from our AT&T 5G pylon cam here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Tie game 7-7. Aggies set to kick away. Haynes King with his 4th touchdown pass of the year. And from Houston Muhammad, who had a big game last week despite the loss to Mississippi State. That's his 2nd touchdown reception of the year. And Alabama will let this go. Gibbs will walk out to the 25-yard line with 6:33 remaining in the half. Test your knowledge right now. With tonight's Aflac trivia question, Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban both have won national championships. One for Jimbo and Nick's running out of fingers for all the rings, but name the 5 active head coaches who've won a national title. We already gave you 2 of them. I mean, talk about giving you a head start. I'll give you the answer coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, you know the offense was going to be different with Jalen Milroe in there, but for an Alabama offense to go almost through the whole first half and their wide receivers have not caught one ball yet. 0. Nothing.
Gibbs
wide receivers.
About 3. Jenny?
Yeah, when Bryce Young got hurt last week, Milroe went into the injury tent to check on him. Young shared some advice. He told Milroe to stay calm, cool, collected. He said, fall back on your level of training. Milroe said that he tries to learn from Bryce each and every day. Now Young coaching him up on the sideline, guys. He's been really a soundboard for Milroe, especially after that last fumble.
Well, that's a good one to have, a guy like Bryce Young, that's for sure. Jahmyr Gibbs, there's the crease. This might be a touchdown. Gibbs down the sideline, run out. But that's his first big gainer, and Jordan Gilbert saved a score.
Well, you wondered if it was going to be a score. It looked like there was going to be an angle, but just creasing it to the left side. That's what made the play. Steen gets a block. Oh, man, does he get a block. Pushes the defensive end almost to the sideline, and then right at the end, a touchdown saving tackle by Gilbert.
Yeah, got to give Gilbert credit. Not many guys are going to bring Jahmyr Gibbs down on a play like that. And now, Jermaine Burton will walk in. Touchdown, Alabama.
Well, we knew they had wide receivers, and eventually too much space produces an easy slant. This is the staple of this offense. Inside on the slot, throw the slant, and let them go.
Jermaine Burton, the transfer from Georgia, who came over in the transfer portal. And he's got his 3rd touchdown of the season. Extra point by Reichard. Up and good. So 2 big chunk plays, a 3-play drive. It only took a minute. First it was Jahmyr Gibbs taking it 37 before he's knocked out of bounds. But then it only took 1 more play for Milroe to throw that dart to Jermaine Burton over the middle. A 35-yard scoring toss. And the Tide back in front, 14-7. After a scoreless first quarter, the Sparks are starting to fly here in the first 10 minutes of quarter number 2. 14-7 Alabama. And Reichard set to kick away. This is going to be returnable from the 6. Preston again. They're trying to keep it out of A-Chain's hands and did successfully out to the 22-yard line. Next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, the SEC on CBS heads back to Rocky Top. Number 1 Alabama. Tough road test. Taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. We'll get you set for the day, starting with the college football today at 3. That's next Saturday, right here on CBS. And after the performance by the Volunteers today, that is going to be fun next week.
And earlier we were asked, is Hendon Hooker in the Heisman race? And we said, well, he's got to bring them undefeated against Alabama and beat Bama. Well, they're undefeated.
Yep, they are. Looking forward to that trip to Knoxville next week. Haynes King rolling to throw. And just throws it out of bounds. Incomplete.
It's a dangerous time for this A&M football team right now with 5:20 to go. Remember, Bama gets the ball to start the second half. They need to get out of the half. We've seen it so many times. You get a position like this without a first down, you've got to do it. We talked about Henry To'oTo'o calling all the signals. He's the quarterback of that defense. Calls out the formations, tells people where to go. He's the guy that's calling out the plays.
Second down and 10, and he's coming on a blitz. King had it knocked in the air, incomplete, batted down.
So he's one of those guys, he's telling the front what stunt to use. He's telling the secondary what coverage they're in. And then all of a sudden he has to play after that.
And give the quarterback a little shove at the end.
And be aggressive.
Came over from Tennessee, speaking of the Volunteers, and he has been something else. Led the team in tackles last year. Doing so again this season. Came in tied for first on the Alabama team. 3rd down and 10. As Gary said, you don't want to make a mistake right here. Blitz coming by To'o again. King is going to go down. It's Dallas Turner.
So Henry To'oTo'o actually is part of the stunt. He comes in late and blocks a defender, and then they wrap around to get the quarterback. Well-designed stunt, wrap around, and then nowhere to go. You get the tackle, and as Ness said, Dallas Turner makes another sack.
Constantino. McKinstry. Late fair catch taken at the 40-yard line. So plenty of time for Alabama. Good field position here with 4.5 to go and a full complement of timeouts. We asked you a couple minutes ago the trivia question, which was name the 5 active head coaches who've won a national title. We gave you 2 of them, Jimbo and Nick Saban. Mac Brown did it at Texas. Kirby Smart last year in beating Alabama. And Dabo Swinney with a couple. So it's 7-2 and then 1-1-1.
Usually everybody forgets Mac, right?
Not me. That was an unbelievable season he had with Vince Young.
I remember it, but everybody just, when they start naming them, they know Kirby.
Well, because he went into broadcasting for a long time, and now he's coaching Carolina. Here's McClellan. Picked up a couple. Down to 4:25. Plenty of time for the Alabama offense. Over the sideline, and JoJo Earl, who's lined up that way. Latu, his tight end, just resets on the right. That's JoJo Earl in motion. Jace McClellan broke a tackle, put his hand down, and I think got a first down right at midfield.
That's really their base play. That's the play that broke so long for Gibbs against Arkansas. They go in motion and then they just pull the guard and tackle around that side and follow him and find a crease. Try to find a crease.
Kendrick Law, another one of those young receivers, into the top of your screen, right at the midfield stripe. First down for the Tide. Milroe loads and now fumbles for the second time. Who's going to get it? Aggies do. Scooped up by Jones.
And I think if Jones wasn't knocked out of the way by his own player, he would have scooped and scored.
So ball security is what I'm sure Nick Saban is saying to Jalen Milroe right now.
This situation, if you're going to scramble, get 2 hands on the ball. Nothing there. Plenty of good blocking. No reason, but he sees that opening, and then it closes too fast. There's the ball. Now watch the scoop right at the end. Could have gone all the way. Had 1 hand on the ball, and that's what really caused it. And I thought this might be a touchdown. His own guy wipes him out.
Fadil Diggs, 2 forced fumbles now on sacks from behind for number 10. And there's the ball, and you're right, Gary. Exactly.
Yep. Terrion Lee, number 23, is the guy that really saved a touchdown for Alabama. When you scramble up there, those guys are going to reach out. Get 2 hands on that football when you're going through the line of scrimmage.
Walter Nolan was the guy that was shaken up, and they're still helping him to the sideline. Well, here's a great opportunity now for the Aggies again. Can they take advantage of a second fumble? They did on the first one. At the 49 of Alabama. Haynes King and the Aggie offense trying to get something here before halftime. King loads, finally going deep, and caught down at the 6-yard line by Evan Stewart.
Attack the corners. We talked about it last week for Arkansas. They could not attack the man-to-man coverage. Beat them at the line of scrimmage. Out of position is Arnold. Throw the ball up and let your 5-star make a play, and he did.
First and goal for the Aggies at the 6-yard line of Alabama.
Part of that recruiting class, 5-star wide receiver.
They're going to take a timeout. Don't want any confusion here with 3 minutes left in the half and a chance to tie the game against the #1 team in the country. .306 to go in the half. The Aggies of Texas A&M at the Alabama 6 with a chance to tie the game.
Remember last time Jimbo attacked the combo coverage for Alabama. So do they go man coverage? Do they blitz them? What changeup would Pete Golding, coordinator for Alabama, give back to this A&M offense?
A-Chain set behind Haynes King in a pistol set. They fake it to him. King running out of time. Anderson almost brought him down. He has to just get rid of it.
Good job in that secondary. Crossing those wide receivers. You have to pass them on. Watch the two wideouts cross over the middle of the field. The Bama secondary releases one and waits for another and nowhere to go with the ball.
Will Anderson doesn't have a sack yet, but he's certainly creating some mayhem in the backfield throughout the first half. And Dallas Turner has a couple of sacks. He's been the recipient of some of that mayhem.
Same look they scored on before.
A-Chain puts his head down, barrels inside the 3. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Jimbo has to be thinking right now, am I going to go for it on 4th down or not? Do I have 2 calls or 1 call?
They're going to bring in the lead crown over, the lead blocker like they had last time in front of L.J. Johnson, who's a little bit bigger back. King under center. 3rd and goal. Fakes it to him. Wants to throw back the other way. Lobs it. Touchdown. A&M. Donovan Green.
Well, the sneak was there the whole way, but Haynes King couldn't find him. And then he finally found it from the slot. Right here. Watch the sneak. It's a submarine behind. Goes behind the line. He gets knocked off. And then he sneaks. Finally, he's able to buy the time and wide open. Another well-designed play by Jimbo.
We're an extra point away from the tie game. Bond's extra point is good.
2 fumbles, 2 short fields, 2 touchdowns for A&M to stay in the game.
2 forced fumbles by Fadil Diggs. They both led to touchdowns. 49 yards in 4 plays. This was a capper. A 3-yard lob to the tight end. We're even in Tuscaloosa. Turnovers killing Alabama right now and helping the A&M cause. Here's a kick. Jahmyr Gibbs on the run from the 4. Got it to the 24. That's it. Coming up, Adam BJ and Houston will break down the first half and have highlights from around the country coming up on the Geico halftime report, which is just a couple of minutes away.
I was just thinking, how would you like to be Bill O'Brien right now, dialing up this next few play calls? 2 fumbles. I mean, now you got a quarterback in there that's got to be thinking, a little bit. He knows his mistakes led to 2 touchdowns already. What do you call?
Well, he's thrown 2 touchdown passes. That's the good news. The 2 fumbles is the bad news. And now we find out what Bill O'Brien is going to call. Tied from the 24. Going to call Jahmyr Gibbs' number, and he's going to go down for a loss. Boy, Fadil Diggs has had a heck of a first half.
He sure has. Forcing 2 fumbles. Been in on every play along the line of true sophomore. Remember, we talked about the 7 true freshmen. Well, there's 5 other second-year players in that defensive line, whether redshirt freshmen or true sophomores. He's one of those true sophomores. That's 12 out of the 15 players are first or second-year players.
B.J. Durkin said he's really been a guy that's helped the young guys along. I'm talking about Diggs, and he's a young guy.
He's a young guy. and DJ actually said, I've never had this many young guys.
Milroe Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll just tiptoe out of bounds. And Diggs ran him out. A minute 21 to go.
And remember, after this play, should Alabama decide they're going to run the ball and A&M gets a stop, they still have 2 timeouts and they can take one.
They need to get to the 34 for a first down. 3rd down and 12. They've only converted 1 3rd down in this half. Trips to the left of Milroe. Looks that way. Gonna go deep. And into coverage and intercepted. So another turnover. Gilbert with a pick off in the secondary.
That really wasn't even Gilbert's man. He was actually down the hash, but the ball hung so long. Gilbert was able to read the eyes and then the flight of the ball. It gets him right there on the hash. No, back deeper. Look how deep he was. 3 deep, throws right into the teeth of a 3 deep. And the ball's in the air long enough for Gilbert to just cut across, badly underthrown, and another turnover late. 2 of them here late in the 2nd quarter.
Intended for Jermaine Burton. So 2 fumbles and now an interception. And here's Texas A&M with 2 timeouts to play with at their own 34-yard line. King fires. Was that caught? Evan Stewart.
If it didn't skip, it was. Might have skipped to him, but
I thought he trapped it, but I guess not.
Evan Stewart, a couple drop balls, mental mistakes, but in this game, he's as advertised.
-6 on the turnover now on the season for Alabama. King stands tall, rips it too high for Stewart that time.
Yeah, that was an inaccurate throw. He had him for a first down, threw the ball. You know, he threw it hard, and there wasn't a lot of adjustment on the play, and he missed him wide.
Now, if they throw here and it's incomplete, Alabama's going to get the ball back. They've got all their timeouts. Third down, a long 5. More like 6. King has to throw in a hurry, and it's intercepted. And it's Terry and Arnold's got it back for the tie.
Chris Braswell, number 41, comes off the edge. King felt him the whole way. Braswell forced the bad throw, and you're going to get an earful. Watch the speed, rush to the outside. A new left tackle beats him right away and forces the ill-advised throw to the outside.
And Arnold brings it back to the 28-yard line. That's where Alabama's got it.
Yeah, that ball should have gone in the 3rd row, right?
Yep. And there's the earful Gary was talking about. Meanwhile, Alabama now, all their timeouts, 38 seconds to work until the break. Try to change a 14-14 deadlock. Milroe lobs this one on the run for Latu. Incomplete. He got one hand on it. He just kind of aimed that pass at Latu.
He did try to touch it, didn't he? He just kind of like, here it is, just going to give it to you. You know, he did not fire it. He's got a much stronger arm than that, but, you know, a new player, running quarterback, not a lot of snaps in real live coverage like this. Well, in a game that really matters, when the pressure's on,
right,
and he can feel it.
This isn't practice. 2nd and 10. Milroe over the middle. And a short gain for Kobe Prentice.
Still a lot of time and timeouts.
And Alabama's taken one of theirs.
Saw a flag on the field to the far side.
Still no indication.
Well, Jermaine Burton was getting yelled at a bit. I wonder if he retaliated on the play.
Here's a call.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 3 on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. It's third down. That's number 3's first unsportsmanlike foul of the game.
Excuse me, second penalty after the play ends. Here's the action to the outside. One-on-one, out of bounds, shoved twice, and then the punch. The officials were going to let the shove go by, but not the punch to the face mask.
Burton's going, what am I supposed to do? I got pushed twice. What am I supposed to do?
I know.
Well, that changes the complexion of the last 25 seconds here.
Totally.
Now they're backed up to the 40-yard line. They had it down at the 28 after the interception, which is field goal range for sure. And now it's not, at least not right now.
So also just let's suppose that the official who could have called the penalty on A&M, right, for a shove, then it would have been offsetting penalties. If you don't retaliate, you would have got a 15-yard gain. So the retaliation is the one Nick Saban was upset about.
Milroe holds on to the ball this time, spins out of trouble and got it back to the 32. So now they're in Reichardt's field goal range. Oh, I thought he was going to get sacked again, and he got out of there somehow.
Yeah, inside that time. Good pressure by McKinley Jackson. We've said that a lot in this game. Pushed McLaughlin right into Milroe on the play.
Will Reichardt's career long was against Texas earlier this year, 52-yarder. This will be from 50 to try to give Alabama the lead back. Reichardt's kick on the way. Perfect. So Alabama made something of that interception after all. And they go back in front, 17-14.
Turnovers, mental mistakes, quarterbacks breaking the leverage of the pocket. It's been a lot of going on outside the offenses and designs of the plays.
That was a drive of -4 yards. Back-to-back wins against Nick Saban at Alabama. It's only happened twice. Right now, Jimbo Fisher trying to do it and trailing by 3.
Yeah, I think if you'd asked Jimbo before the game, would you take 17-14?
Heck yes. And with 12 seconds left, we'll see if Texas A&M just takes a knee.
Well, that would be the best strategy, I think.
I think so, too. They're going to have everybody crowded around the football, and A-Chain will just be a safety valve.
Well, I wouldn't call it pretty football, but fun football to watch.
Absolutely. Got a game, that's for sure. So 31 points put up in the second quarter. And Alabama on the late field goal by Will Reichard after the interception by Terrion Arnold. They made that interception pay off at least for 3 points. Alabama will receive the second half kickoff. So they get 3 in the late stages of the second quarter. And they'll have the ball to open up the second half. Let's go down to Jenny.
Hey, Coach, Milroe has made some big plays out there, but 3 turnovers. How do you settle him down and clean that up?
Yeah, well, he's got to get 2 hands on the ball in the pocket. They stripped him twice, which led to both of their touchdowns. You know, we played pretty well in defense, except after those turnovers. So we can't turn the ball over, and we can't get stupid penalties when we've got a chance to score. So, you know, they got to play with more discipline.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
That sums it up. 2 turnovers turned into touchdowns. And 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, the stupid ones that Nick was talking about with Jenny. End of the half. Top-ranked Alabama leading, but by only 17-14. As we send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studios for the Geico Halftime Report. Zuck.
All right, Ness, a good one so far here. And coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Alabama isn't the only top 10 team currently in a tight one against an unranked opponent. We'll get you all caught up after this word from your local station.
Home Depot SEC on CBS. Set to start the third quarter at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. And we got a tight game. Three-pointer, 17-14. Alabama in front. They'll get the football first to start the third quarter. And they'll let this one go, bring it out to the 25. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jennings down on the field. I don't remember this stage in the season when I've ever seen Alabama this far down the turnover margin, and it's killing them here in this game, and it could really hurt them in the second half if they don't clean it up.
I think Nick went at halftime and said, I don't believe A&M can drive the length of the field and score on us unless we help them. And I think, on the other side, Jimbo's going, every minute that goes by that we stay in this football game, the pressure is going to go to Alabama. Every time we stay in, we get the advantage.
RPO and a throw into traffic again, and they almost had another interception.
Actually went to his third receiver that time. And very dangerous throwing the ball clear across from the one hash to the other. Tried to go to the slant on the RPO, not there. Then goes not to the slot, right over his head. And how do you miss that one?
Denver Harris couldn't hold it. So nothing more than second down and 10, but that could have been a disastrous start to the third quarter for the Tide. Jahmyr Gibbs got a crease. Jahmyr Gibbs all the way out to midfield and then some.
See, I think the Bama running game has been effective. I mean, it's not going to work every play in this game, but with Milroe and Gibbs, I mean, Gibbs is close to 100 yards in this football game already.
28 more yards there.
3 long runs of over 20 yards in this game by Gibbs. Good blocking.
Milroe has plenty of time, and now he's running out of it. And he's going to be dropped for a loss by McKinley Jackson.
Receiver got knocked down going over the middle of the field. And that's why Milroe had nowhere to go with the football. Flag is down. Right to the face.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Number 2 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. The previous spot, first down.
Denver Harris, who almost had the interception a couple of plays ago, the guilty party.
The only thing, though, Ness, had he not done that, Brooks might have scored. Because there was no one on that half of the field over there.
So they walk it all the way down to the 32 now. This the opening drive of the quarter for Alabama. About a yard on the inside that time. Trends in that first half. We talked about the turnover issues. 79 yards rushing and a couple of touchdown passes, but 2 fumbles and an interception. Snaps a streak of 84 games with 2 or fewer turnovers. And Haynes King, both off Alabama turnovers with touchdown passes for the 14 points for the Aggies. Jace McClellan in now behind Jalen Milroe, and went the wrong way. Somebody did, and he still got maybe 2 yards out of it. But some confusion there as to which way to either turn for the handoff or the tailback went the wrong way.
Trying to get that running. Yeah, one of the 2 went the wrong way, right?
Yep. So third down and 6. Aggies bring up everybody close. They're going to bring it on Milroe. And he got it complete on the fly to Brooks. And he'll score. Touchdown, Alabama. Ja'Cory Brooks, 29 yards for the touchdown.
Well, I had said it. He had not had the hand to the face on 2 plays previous. He'd have scored. Well, this time, nobody gets a hand on him. And it's an easy touchdown for Alabama. Good protection up front, number 1. A&M brings extra rushers, is picked up wonderfully, gets good leverage and an accurate ball. When you throw those crossing routes accurately, then those receivers take it and sprint to the end zone. Give half of that to the offensive line.
Reichard's point after is good. Well, it didn't take long for Alabama to use up 75 yards, less than 2 minutes. And this third scoring toss of the day for Jalen Milroe. This one to Ja'Cory Brooks. And it's Alabama 24-14. Big Al enjoying what he just saw on that 75-yard, 5-play touchdown. And a whole sequence of mistakes and then big plays.
Yeah, well, this dropped interception might just be the break that Jalen Milroe needed in this game. But then he gets the big run by Gibbs to get him in a position to throw anything he wants. A penalty on Ja'Cory Brooks coming across on the play action that would have been a touchdown. And then protection good enough for him to hit Brooks again. That is a touchdown.
Brooks, third touchdown reception of the year. The third of the night for Jalen Milroe. And that's a double-digit lead for the top-ranked Tide. Reichard's kick, they'll let it go. Let's check in with Jenny.
Yeah, Coach Fisher told me he knows that the want is there. They just need to go out and execute. He told his team to focus on one play at a time. He wants them to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. He also told me that he wants Haynes King to trust his eyes more in the second half. Guys, he told his team, don't look at the scoreboard, but I'm not sure that's exactly how he envisioned this second half starting.
That's for sure. They weren't planning another 7 up there.
I'll tell you, well, how different would it be, though, if you just catch an easy pick on that first play? But that's what happens. You don't do it, and a good team takes advantage of it.
Blitz off the corner. King hesitates, double clutches, completes it to the 30. 5-yard pickup is all for Preston. Important that the Aggies answer here, or at least keep the ball on the field for a while. Almost ran down A-Chain from behind. Didn't have to. The rest of the group with the tackle, including Byron Young.
You know, Will Anderson and Dallas Turner and Henry To'oto'o get, most of the publicity, and we call their numbers a lot and talk about them during the game. But those guys inside making those piles, those defensive tackles playing that 2 technique, eating blockers. That's what allows those guys to make those tackles on those sweeps.
3rd down and 3. And a jump pass. Going to be short of the first down, though. Evan Stewart. Forward progress. I think it's going to be 4th and 1.
Aki Ogunbi, number 74, gets beat on the left side right here. Inside again. Remember, he was a guard, moved out the left tackle for this game, and twice he's gotten beat inside and really forced an early throw.
And they're going to go for it, I guess, on this spot on the field. Well, the officials stopped any kind of progress there. And Haynes King saying, well, what about it? What are we going to do?
Well, Nick Saban ran down and called timeout. No doubt about that.
So a little bit of confusion on both sides of the ball, it appears.
Nick's getting a little old for this, by the way. Bottom of the screen, watch him do the sprint. There he goes. And he gets it. Still got the wheels, just enough of the wheels.
He's had some of those wheels worked on. He's got some titanium in there someplace. So it's 4th and 1. Texas A&M over there huddled around their coach. Are they going to come out and go for it? It looks like it.
I don't think they were going to go for it last time. I thought they were just going to try to either force a timeout or try to draw them off sides.
Constantino in there, the punt. He's done a nice job keeping it out of number 1's hands back there because of the height on his kicks. The hang time has kept Kool-Aid McKinstry from really doing much as a punt returner so far. And fair catch again taken back at the 15-yard line. So the Aggies can't do anything with it. They do flip the field a little bit, but they're down by 10 with 11:10 remaining third quarter. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Aflac, GMC Sierra, AT&T, and by State Farm. Great scene at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Jalen Milroe, they've seen a lot of good things and bad things from their quarterback today, filling in for Bryce Young. There's one of the bad. And then Fadil Diggs strips him again. So 2 fumbles.
And then this interception that led everybody to think, well, they let him throw again. At least I was thinking that.
And they have let him throw it on that crossing route to Ja'Cory Brooks, his 3rd touchdown pass. So some bad, but some very good. And now he's got the offense set up at the 15-yard line. It's quarterback draw. And he got a couple. That's about it. Edgerrin Cooper, who had one of those fumble recoveries, made the tackle.
Well, Bill O'Brien came out very aggressive on that last drive. Okay, started out with the screen to the outside on an RPO and went all the way and ended with a touchdown pass. As you look at the 2 quarterbacks comparison, not like last year.
No.
But a little different situation.
Absolutely. Gibbs, the cutback. And a first down run.
Robert Gillespie, the former running back in the SEC, is Jahmyr Gibbs' coach at Alabama. And I asked him down in the field, do you really think he reminds you of Alvin Kamara? He says, oh, yeah. Both of them are really smart, understand protections, understand pass routes. They got the whole package.
Gibbs again. Wow, just streaks through the middle. And he dropped the ball, but I think he was down.
Well, we're going to find out, but they're letting it go.
Oh, they're letting it go, apparently.
Well, that's the way to do it. Let it go and let replay fix it. You don't want to blow the whistle. Let the play happen and see what happens with replay.
Antonio Johnson's the guy that scooped it and went the other way.
The rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by Texas A&M.
Right knee's down. I think even his right elbow's down. Yep.
So the fans are booing, but they'll get this one back.
He's got a burst, doesn't he?
Sure does.
Gosh.
I mean, he hits the hole and he is gone.
I know.
It's under further review.
So they'll send this up to Dave Almond, who's our...
Shouldn't take very long.
No, I don't think so either.
No. This is one where you look and say, you don't even have to turn the TV on down there.
Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, he's down twice, isn't he?
He is down twice, and I think Gary makes a great point. You know, the game has changed a little. When you feel this on the field as an official, like he's down and you're like 99% sure, but just in that one example where the ball may have been, you know, not in full possession, you have to leave it alone now if you're an official, and it's the proper thing to do.
Are they instructed, if there's any doubt or it's close, to let the play go through, right, Gene?
After review, the player was down.
Yeah, I think that would be the proper way to go.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So it's going to be a first down at the 40.
I'll tell you, if you're a defensive coordinator looking at Jahmyr Gibbs, you think, gosh, if we don't have the proper angle on this guy, if he gets in the secondary, it's a touchdown waiting to happen on any play.
Kind of hold your breath every time he touches it. He's got 120 on the ground on 13 carries. Last week, if you missed it against Arkansas, he had 2 runs of over 70. What a weapon. Number 1 is transferred over in the portal from Georgia Tech. Here he comes again. And he almost got face masked, and now he's showing a little bit of power as well. Isaiah rakes him out of bounds.
I thought the transfer last year from Jamison Williams would be a number 1 that Alabama wouldn't see for a long time. It just took one more transfer.
Yeah, it did. Got it out to the 45. He'll get a breather. Jace McClellan comes in for him. We approach the 9-minute mark of the third quarter. Second down at 5. Holding in motion. They're going to flip it out to him. He's going down for a loss. Arden Gilbert. Nice play defensively.
So the 3 safeties for Texas A&M are ballers. I'll tell you that right now. Richardson, number 26, Johnson, 27, and now Gilbert, 20, have been making plays in the open field all day.
We said experienced in the secondary, but really young up front. And they're hanging tough, but they're down 10. And now it's an empty backfield. Jalen Milroe on 3rd down and 10.
A&M took a timeout. Had trouble getting the signal in. I think they took a timeout before the delay.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Yep.
That they did. So they used their first of the second half. With just under 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Top-ranked Alabama. 10-point lead on the Aggies at Texas A&M.
Adam Zucker in New York with this Jeep update. Number 6 USC getting a challenge from Washington State. Up 3 when Caleb Williams connects for the 2nd time with Mario Williams, and he just gets his hands underneath it. A 24-14 lead there, just as we have in Tuscaloosa. Back to Ness and Garrett.
Nice free play there, Zook, for the touchdown. A full moon over Tuscaloosa.
10 men on the field. That was the reason there was a timeout. 3-3-4. That's 10 every time. Took the timeout.
And now motion on the front. Let's see who this one's against.
Offside. Number 35, defense. Made contact. That's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And then that previous pass play, Trayshawn Holden, I think, Jenny, is he shaken up on that play after that?
Yeah, he was actually shaken up after that play. He limped off the field, went over to the bench. He needed help into the injury tent. He just came out of the injury tent, but he has a pretty significant limp, guys.
Okay, they're down 1 more wide receiver then, so that means the young guys like Isaiah Bond and company, who's part of a 3 wide-out package to the left. This one goes to Burton, and Burton's got a 1st down. Got it into Aggie land at the 49, and they'll move the sticks.
Let's give credit to that offensive line again for Alabama. Doing a good job creating the pocket. J.C. Latham, that right tackle spot, does a good job. Remember a year ago when it was such a struggle over there at right tackle? Latham has solved that. And on the left side, Tyler Steen, the transfer from Vanderbilt, was the player of the week in the offensive line, and he's having another game for himself.
Another portal guy that's helped the cause. Here's a run by Milroe inside the 45. Midway point of the 3rd quarter. Alabama with a 10-point lead. And driving again. There's the numbers on Jalen Milroe, the redshirt freshman out of Katy, Texas. I have a trivia question for you in a minute. Another one, just between you and I.
I hate these. You always know them way better.
McClellan, and a ball came out, and the Aggies have it again. And I don't think McClellan was down this time.
Nope, I don't either. McClellan doesn't think he was down.
Shamar Stewart, one of the freshman defensive linemen, covers it.
Well, Jace McClellan breaks, nice cut and everything, but doesn't get it in from behind, the helmet right on the football.
Perfect.
How about that?
Walter Nolan put his hat right on the ball.
True freshman, another one of those 7 freshmen that are in that group, but he puts it right. I know it's never want to fumble the ball, but when that 280-pound guy comes from behind and puts his helmet on the football, not much you can do. You got to hold it 2 hands and try to get down, I guess.
So another Alabama turnover and an opportunity again for the Aggies. Stewart, the motion man, on 1st down from the 38. Play action. King's going to go deep. Got a man wide open, and he got it, but couldn't keep his footing. But he's all the way to the 25, and it's Moose Muhammad.
Bit of a stutter on the safety this time. Oh, yes. Made him think slant and went right by him.
What a catch, too.
What a catch. And again, if that's thrown in, it doesn't even have to be in stride. Anywhere near him is a touchdown.
First down at the Alabama 26.
Again, that's Jimbo Fisher understanding the concepts of Alabama's defense.
36-yard pickup, and now it's Haynes King keeping it on the ground. Brian Branch brings him down, but he's inside the 20.
He understands that those safeties on that release is going to play man-to-man. You get on them, make the fake slant, and go right by them.
3 lost fumbles tonight on a 4-turnover night. Second down and 2, and the Aggies back in the red zone. A-chain hit in the backfield. Brian Branch again.
Well, you would like your quarterback to be able to see this, Ness. Coming off the edge this time, he hands the ball right into the slot blitz coming into the inside. Good call by the defense, but you would like the quarterback to keep that play.
Nothing A-chain could do. He was
exactly
dead in the water.
Yep, that was a good call on defense. The only thing is maybe the quarterback could bail you out in that situation.
Third down and 7. Will Anderson coming around the edge. King goes down the middle, broken up.
Perfect throw.
Muhammad had the tough catch. This one should have been easy.
Totally. I mean, this has put you into position to make a touchdown, and now you got to go field goal as wide open as you can be. You can't throw it any. The receivers love it right at the face mask. Ball is right at the face mask. That's a big-time drop.
Through his hands and into his face mask. Randy Bond will try a 41-yard field goal. And he got it. So Texas A&M cuts the lead to a touchdown. 24-17 tie. Aerial coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Goodyear. Don't forget, before the game is over, coming up a little bit later on, we'll have the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Caden Davis has got it teed up to kick away. A one-score game now. And Jahmyr Gibbs lets it go. Alabama will bring it out to the 25. Invesco brings you tonight's scholar athletes. Texas A&M Sam Matthews and Kool-Aid McKinstry for Alabama. Invesco proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation of $1,000 to both Texas A&M and Alabama's general scholarship funds. First down tied at its own 25 with 5 and change left in the third quarter. Jahmyr Gibbs got to the corner. Gibbs with a cutback. 13 more for Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm telling you, NFL people will fall in love with this guy.
I think they already are.
Yeah, I think so too. Good block on the edge, but there's no way to understand how fast this guy can go. And then look at that cut. 1 foot, full speed cut.
I almost said he's breaking legs out there with some of the moves.
Yeah.
Shouldn't say that because somebody did suffer a leg injury trying to get him over there in the corner. It's Jordan Gilbert.
But I mean, he's running full speed to his right. In 1 foot, he's deking and cutting upfield to make another 6-7 yards.
So last week over 200, which is his career high, and put him in some pretty good territory as far as other Alabama backs that have done that in the past. And tonight he's got 138 again. Checking on his left shoulder a little bit right now, though. So Jace McClellan will come in to that spot. No, it's not McClellan. Take it back. That's Roydell Williams.
Ness told you about him coming to the sideline and looking at that shoulder. So Nick Saban said, "Are you all right?"
He just tapped his left shoulder pad, and that's what they're working on. They don't need any more shoulder problems with their starters in the backfield. Here's Roydell Williams again, though. Williams.
They do have great depth at running back, a healthy running back. Last year, remember, it was Brian Robinson. At the end of the year, he was the only guy. He even had to play injured. Now they've got Gibbs, McClellan, Williams. I mean, they're much healthier at that position.
Even Jamarian Miller, a young guy who they think highly of. They're going to have to use them more, I guess, here in the last 4 minutes of this quarter and the fourth quarter yet to come. Jermaine Burton's got a first down.
Nice job by Bill O'Brien right there, giving his quarterback without a lot of experience just a little easy throw to pick up a first down. You know, he doesn't have his Heisman Trophy winner, so give him something simple and keep him off balance. There's just enough of a running game. I think a pretty effective running game. Last week against Arkansas was all in the fourth quarter, and they were big runs. But Bill's got him off balance, and the running attack is a big part of this game.
Give it to Williams again. A little hesitation. He's going to be brought down by Diggs after maybe a yard.
Part of that running attack is helped by Kendall Randolph, number 85. He really wears 60 and 85. He lines up at tight end. He's an extra lineman in the game, effectively turns the corner and blocks that edge guy. He's also really effective in play action passes for the quarterback.
Second down and 9. At the 36. McClellan weaving his way for a few. So going to bring up third down at about 5. And Alabama goes with a little tempo here. Milroe scans the field. And now on the ground, gets a first down to the 25.
Let's see if he had 2 hands on that one. If he goes in with it's hard to do as a quarterback to kind of feel it as a passing attack and then at the same time rush up into the middle and hold on to the ball. Yeah, I think a little more protection.
A little high and tight at least.
Yep, I think so.
McClellan. Nice cut to the 25. Richardson made the stop as we're down approaching 2 minutes in the quarter. Trayshawn Holden, who was shaken up, as Jenny reported, is back in the lineup. Alabama's got the ground game working. I don't know if they're going to go away from that too much. McClellan submarines his way down. He's going to be third down and about 2.
So that was the question this year. You know, they knew Bryce Young would be able to throw and effectively against anyone, but they needed to run the ball. Could this year's version of this Alabama offense run the ball when they had to? Well, they are tonight, aren't they?
Yep, they did last week.
Last week, those big plays. This one looks, more just steady out there.
Milroe's in trouble. Down he goes way back at the 30.
Well, that won't make the coach happy. They're already in field goal range. If it's not there, just get rid of it.
Jared Webb comes up with a sack.
Now, I don't think they're necessarily out of field goal range, but when you take a sack in that situation, now you make a pretty aggressive, easy field goal, almost in, 47, 48 yards?
Yep. Jared Kerr is the guy that had the sack, beg your pardon. Reichard, who hit from 50 earlier. This one's from 47. And it is wide left.
And he would have had that field goal made if he didn't get sacked on that play. So on that, where you earn the trust of the coordinator is you can call a pass play and know if it's not there, it's not good. Quarterback doesn't make it worse. And in that situation, he did and cost the team 3 points.
So Will Reichard wide left. And a blown opportunity there for the Tide. And the Aggies are going to take over at their own 29-yard line. Still only down a score. Reveille's like, this isn't a bad road trip so far. It's nice out here tonight. King and A-Chain have a conversation in the Aggie backfield. 1st and 10. King Rips it down the middle. On the run, Chase Lane. And Lane, one of the more veteran receivers, has got a big gainer and a first down.
Play action pass. I wonder if one of the reasons is Will Anderson is not in the game, number 31. Taking a bit of a rest, plenty of time to throw the square in, and this time it's caught. Two good throws by Haynes King back to back.
25 yards on that one.
Yep.
And in Alabama territory at the 46. A-Chain. Ooh, he almost popped out the backside there. Somebody's shoestring tackled him. To'o got a hand on him.
And despite the spotty play sometimes by the A&M offense, they're in the game.
Very much so. With 15 minutes left to play. It's a one-touchdown difference here in Tuscaloosa. Old Depot SEC on CBS. Enters quarter number 4 in Tuscaloosa. Alabama with a 24-17 lead as we start the fourth quarter. And Texas A&M has got it at the Alabama 43-yard line. 2nd down and 7 to open up the 4th and final stanza. King's going to keep it. Maybe got 2. Well, the equalizer's not on CBS until tomorrow night, but the great equalizer in this one has been the turnovers. They got points off turnovers.
And we said at halftime, the longer the game goes on and A&M stays in it, they're going to gain confidence. They feel they're right in it, driving right now. 3rd down, let's see if they can make a play and keep that Alabama pass rush off their quarterback, because Haynes King is starting to find the targets.
Yep, he's warming up a little bit. 3rd down and 6. Here comes a blitz from To'o. They keep it on the ground. A-Chain can't get away from DeMarco Helms.
Those 2 veteran safeties. We talked about the safeties for A&M, but watch Helms read this play and get down there. To'o makes it, forces a little area, then you got to fill. If you're the linebacker, the safety, the linebacker goes in, you fill for him, and he makes the clean tackle.
Now this is kind of Neverland here. 4th down and 3.
Yeah, I think it's too far for a field goal. I like this call.
I do too. Jimbo Fisher decides to go for it. They need to get to the 36-yard line for a first down. Muhammad rolling. Here comes pressure and incomplete. Will Anderson brought the heat on King.
Well, they tried another throwback screen, completely snuffed out by Alabama's defense. They had everybody covered, nowhere to go. I don't even think A-Chain turned around to look for the ball.
Alabama takes over on offense when we come back.
Leads it again.
He lobs it. Touchdown. And he got it complete on the fly to Brooks. And he'll score. Touchdown, Alabama. Saturday night, and the game recap looks like this. If you just joined us, Bryce Young has not played. You've missed a great game if you just joined us. Jalen Milroe, 3 turnovers, but 3 touchdowns as well. All the points off the takeaways for Texas A&M. And Alabama has got 268 rushing yards. Jahmyr Gibbs is back on the field for Alabama, so that's good news. Went out favoring his shoulder on a previous drive. He's back in there right now, and he'll get the call. And a stiff arm. And a sidestep. And a good gain out to the 45.
Reuben Fatherly, the right tackle that time. Watch him try to go out and block Will Anderson on the play, but this pressure upfield is what really blows up the play. Haynes King does not have time to turn around and wait for A-Chain on the play. Nowhere to go. A little bit of a gimmick play. Alabama blew it up.
Gibbs just back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all that time. McKinley Jackson and Shamar Stewart stopped him. Quarterback comparison right now, only 98 yards through the air, but 3 touchdown passes and 80 yards on the ground. Although he lost a couple of fumbles, that's Milroe's numbers. And I was going to say empty backfield, but Jahmyr Gibbs comes to join him right here. 3rd down and 4.
How does A&M keep number 4 in the pocket?
And he gets out of the pocket, but really nowhere
Good enough,
easy to
right?
go with.
No hole up the middle for them to run. Good rush pattern that time. And standing there right to the outside was Fadil Diggs, number 10 again. He was going, go ahead, I dare you. I dare you to scramble up inside because I'll knock that thing right out of your hand. Pushes it around to the outside and forces the errant throw.
And forces a punt from Burnett. Taking it on one hop and then getting buried is Muhammad.
He had to, though. That ball would have rolled down to the 1 or 2, 3 yard line. So that was a good play by Muhammad there. He took the hit, but he saved him from not being backed up, right there on the goal line.
As it is, they're at the 10. With their offense coming back on the field after this break, and they close the gap. They only trail by 7. And we're staying right here. I did not see the flag.
Can you
it's
do
on
that?
The far side of the field.
After all that music, can you really stay on that?
Hey, we can do whatever we want.
The ruling on the field is 12 men on the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty, which will result in a first down. The previous play is under further review.
Holy cow, that is a huge mistake. Remember, this is reviewable.
It was 4th and 4.
Is confirmed. It's a 5-yard penalty. It results in a first down.
Oh, man. There goes a possession.
And it was confirmed by the replay official. There was 12 men. Tough to count it. They're grouped together. Trust me, there's 12 guys out there. This guy does not get off the field before the snap.
He doesn't. A couple yards shy of that far sideline.
He really wasn't busting to get there, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Kind of jogging, and it cost him not only a 5-yard penalty, but the football.
So Alabama's right back out there at midfield. Gibbs. Stewart made the stop. Remember, we talked about this a while back. Can't keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, that and the combination of their offense in the game. A&M is only 3 for 13 on 3rd down themselves. That combination is deadly.
5-yard pickup by Gibbs. 2nd down and 5. Latu's doing a lot of moving from side to side. With a ball fake and falling forward for 2 or 3 is Milroe.
No one to fake the pitch. Fake the pitch, but there's no one out there to go for the fake.
Maybe he was thinking back to his days at Katy, Texas.
I guess, but all I know is it was a zone keep, but there's nobody to pitch it to, so the defender just said, nope, staying right here.
4 out of 11 for Alabama. They got a 3rd and 3 here. Milroe pumps, fires late, got his man complete. Isaiah Bond, that's Ja'Cory Brooks.
I think it was a late hit on Milroe after the play, too. Pump, as Ness said, then he throws the ball into the lower to the legs.
Roughing the passer, number 8 on the defense. Low hit. Half the distance, first down.
Remember, this should be A&M's football.
Right. So first an offside, or too many men on the field, illegal substitution with 12 guys on the punt. And now roughing the quarterback, late hit low.
Yeah, now you've got a third down play, an inexperienced quarterback that struggled on third down the play before. You give him all the time in the world. He completes the pass, a really nice pass by Jalen, and then you give him 15 more yards.
And Jalen's limping a little bit too, and I don't blame him. He took a shot to the side of his left knee, and he's still kind of bending it back there.
He is. Back up, Ty Simpson, a true freshman.
Back in the red zone at the 14-yard line. Gibbs going to be a 1-yard, maybe 2-yard loss. Coming up after our game time permitting, Adam, BJ, and Houston will bring you the day's best highlights of the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage. Second and 12. They can get a first down inside the 4. And this one goes the wrong way as well. Kobe Prentice loses yardage.
So now you think if you're Alabama, this 3 points is really big right here. Now, I don't mind letting them throw, but it's got to be one of those quick screens. Remember the outside that they hit Arkansas for? But they just used it. So now what do you do, right? You cannot have a turnover here. You can't have a sack. Positive is good, but you can't have a negative.
Going to have 3 receivers to Milroe's left. Latu, the tight end, is lined up in the slot on the right. And everybody will have a look at the sideline. Third down and 14. Jalen Milroe scanning the field. Throws at the goal line, almost picked off.
Should have been picked off.
Jordan Gilbert.
That time, DJ Durkin went with a spy. He rushed just 3, and then he had a spy in the middle of the field that time. Edgerrin Cooper, number 45, but that could have been picked off again, right?
Yep.
Look at that. I mean, elite athletes, you make that play right there, that takes the game from me and possibly 10 points, which is huge, to football for A&M.
Will Reichard missed from 47 on his last one. He just missed again from 35.
Holy cow.
A couple of seasons ago, he didn't miss any kicks, extra points or field goals.
So he hooked the last one and pushed this one. Man, that thought to be by Bama money as he walks on the field, but it wasn't. A&M stays alive.
Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Sonic, Allstate, T-Mobile, and by WeatherTech. Will Reichard, normally money as a place kicker for Alabama. A 47-yarder that went wide left, and just moments ago a 35-yarder that missed to the right. And there goes 6 points that Alabama usually has. The most turnovers, the most field goals, miscues tonight, unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. And that's why Texas A&M right in the thick of this game. Chris Marshall.
Yeah, I think you got a face mask right on the end of the play. Good throw this time by Haynes King. Pressure in his face, puts it right there on the face mask, and right at the end.
Personal foul, face mask, number 3 on the defense. 15-yard will be added to the end of the run. First down.
There it is right there on Terrion Arnold. So you got the pass play and 15 more. And at the 9-minute mark, Texas A&M again back in Alabama territory.
Amazing. They seem to be struggling to do everything, but they're in the
they're hanging around.
Yep.
First down at the 47. King trying to set his feet and throws incomplete. intended for Stewart. And he just couldn't get enough on that as he rolled left, and he's limping a little bit. Only 3 times in October. South Carolina, at Ole Miss, and last year Texas A&M. Other than that, Nick Saban's 53-3 in the month of October. He's in a fight right now with 8:47 to go. A-Chain broke through, sidesteps. He got him down, but not before he got a first down.
Devin A-Chain has been held. His long gain of the game has been 9 yards up until that play. Finally, he jumps, he squirts, and he gets through for his longest play of the day.
Which is 15 yards and another first down to the 32 of Bama. Devon A-Chains had to work hard to get those 60-plus yards, but that last one was big to the 32. Flags down, false start.
Yep. Everybody was a bit confused. I'll tell you, Haynes King is hurting out there.
Illegal snap infraction. Number 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
But Donovan Green, number 18, had no idea what the play was. The left tight end, he kept looking around like, what are we doing out here on this play?
Well, that backs it up to the 37. First down and 15. Under 8 minutes to go in regulation. King over the middle, low and incomplete, intended for Muhammad.
I don't think there's any doubt, but in drop back passes, when King is back there, he understands that clock now. He's dropping back and he's throwing. He's not, looking wide. They're rolling him out a little bit when they want to throw deeper, but he knows his offensive line can't hold but for a couple seconds.
Will Anderson lined up on the right side in a two-point stance, trying to push that pocket. King throws. This one is complete to Stewart. And it's going to bring up third down.
Another one of those throws where he couldn't step into it. He just had to do it all arm, make an athletic throw, and did a good job of it.
Will Anderson doesn't have a sack tonight, but Dallas Turner's got a couple. Third down and 6. King in the shotgun. Pressure coming. He throws complete, but dropped immediately. The ball came out of Stewart's hands. It's picked up by McKinstry. I don't know if there's been a whistle or not.
Officials calling him down.
So they make the stop short of the first down. But it was a complete pass. Right there to Stewart, and he's hit immediately by McKinstry. It'll be fourth down and about 2.
He was down. Decision, do you kick the field goal here? 4th and 2, how many chances do you have to get an upset? Beat Alabama back-to-back years. Not easily done.
No.
Right?
It's 2 timeouts.
I like them going for it. Now, do they have enough time to snap it, or do they have to blow a timeout?
They only have 2 timeouts left.
He's got to use one.
Oh, boy. Too indecisive. Took too long. Down to 1 timeout. Tomorrow, the NFL NFL on CBS slate features rookie Kenny Pickett leading the Steelers into Buffalo to take on Josh Allen and the Bills, or a key AFC matchup between the Dolphins and the Jets. Day gets underway at noon Eastern. JB and the guys on the NFL Today. Tomorrow, the NFL is on CBS.
I know Pete Golding, the defensive coordinator, but after this timeout, Nick Saban is making this decision. He's calling the defense. Now, is he going to attack him and go blitz him, or is he going to play his famous matchup zone? It's his call. He's the one who did it.
4th down and 2. The Aggies don't get this. They might not get their hands back on the football.
They're coming after him.
King throws complete, and it's a first down at the 20. And it's Donovan Green, the tight end, who caught that touchdown pass earlier.
Well, it was a perfect read or call by Jimbo Fisher here. Blitz coming from this side, but nobody covers the tight end. Too much space. They go exactly to who they have to and pick up the first down. Blitz off the slot. A lot of times you want to throw at the blitz. That time they had the tight end one-on-one with the deep safety.
So they're in the red zone again at the Alabama 19, trailing by a touchdown. Under 6 minutes to go. 1 timeout left for the Aggies. Haynes King, empty backfield. Back to throw again. This one's incomplete.
He threw a jump pass, didn't he?
It's the second or third time he's done that tonight.
I know. I think it's his right leg is bothering him. He can't push off, so he just kind of jumps, throws it, tried to do a back shoulder. Didn't get it out there fast enough.
Second down and 10. King will keep it. Will Anderson drops him for a yard loss.
But we went back a few plays to try to find the injury to Haynes King. I don't know, did he? I think he actually had it before then.
I think he's had it for 10 minutes. I mentioned it a long time ago.
Yep.
At any rate, he's playing through it. 3rd down 11. Crowd trying to help out this defense. Toe coming on a blitz. A-Chain makes the grab, but he is buried immediately by DeMarco Helms, and it's 4th down.
Look how far DeMarco Helms is away on this play. Not even in the picture. A-Chain's out, but he is closing fast and makes a clean tackle. He's about 12 yards deep, but watch it. He knows he's got the back, and look at him go get it. Perfect play by the safety.
Texas A&M's going to go again. 4th down and a whole bunch.
Or not me. I'd go for the field goal.
They only have 1 timeout left. They don't get this, it might be ball game. Flags are down.
Legal procedure. Yep. Movement on the left side. I really think you got to take 3 here and put the pressure, keep the pressure on Alabama.
Number 77, 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Let them know that it's a 4-point game and they have to use their, backup quarterback and take some risks.
Doesn't look like anybody's moving. The offense stays on the field. 4th down and 13. Let's see what number 13 does with this. They got to get all the way to the 9-yard line for a first down.
Oh, again.
Now it's 4th down and 18. Another false start.
False start on the offense.
Both tackles have taken.
Now Jimbo just said kick it.
Yeah.
And the problem is this isn't going to be exactly a chip shot either.
Absolutely not.
So Randy Bond comes in for a field goal attempt. It's going to be about 45 yards. He hasn't hit one that long this year. Bond from 45. And it is good.
Well, that's a strategy I would have used. Let's see if it works out. Put the pressure back on Bama. Get a stop. Maybe you can steal a game.
4-point game. Don't go away. Join all of us here at CBS Sports as we proudly celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. 3.5 minutes to play. Alabama 24, Texas A&M 20. Jalen Milroe today. 3 touchdown passes. That one to Latu. That one to Jermaine Burton. And Ja'Cory Brooks on the final on the crossing route. But with those 3 touchdown passes have come turnovers galore. Fumbles, interceptions. 83 yards rushing, but 2 lost fumbles, and now the ball game is going to be on his shoulders.
So you got a quarterback that completes 3 touchdowns and 19 passes, but right now A&M must align and force him to throw the ball right now. Because remember, they wasted those timeouts. They've got to get a stop. 1 first down in this ball game.
Caden Davis set to kick off for the Aggies. Jahmyr Gibbs is just going to let this one go. So out to the 25.
So what kind of defensive front can almost force a team to pass? Be hard to do right here. Win it on first down.
Yep.
I'm loading up front though. I want the look for this Alabama team to say, we dare you to throw.
It's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs with Jalen Milroe and the Alabama backfield. 2 tight ends, both on the right side. 2 wideouts to the top of the screen. Latu joins him there. 1 broken tackle by that guy, and it could be lights out, but not this time. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it for Gibbs.
I like the timeout after 2nd down. That way on 3rd down, they have to decide whether they want to throw or not.
Clock will wind its way under 3 before this next snap. Sets himself and gives it to Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs with a stiff arm. He's not going to get the first down. He's about 3 yards shy. Jordan Gilbert brought him down.
Found some space. 1 deke inside and almost got this thing for a first down.
Clock moving under 2.5. 3rd down and 3. Both backs will be in for Alabama. Gibbs is going to split out as a wide receiver as he trots out to the top of your screen. Jace McClellan stays in there with Jalen Milroe in the Alabama backfield. Now it's Gibbs in motion. McClellan straight ahead. Nothing doing. The ball came out momentarily. He got it back. It's 4th down.
So A&M's going to get the football back. We do know one thing. If number 9 was in the game, they'd be throwing the football there, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Don't blame them. You try to make the first down running the ball, but now A&M has a chance.
Out of timeouts and down 4. Alabama's never lost at home in October under Nick Saban. They've won 16 straight at home. There's a lot at stake. Who knows?
A&M has to be careful. Offsides is a first down. Keep your poise.
Burn up to punt. And a beautiful kick. Fielded though at the 21 by Muhammad. Moose Muhammad broke a couple of tackles and got back around the 29-yard line.
So as an underdog, you just ask for a shot in a football game. and they got a shot. Timeouts are not as valuable in college football on offense as they are on defense. They used their last one on defense. They can get a position to get a couple throws into the end zone. I think they'd take that right now.
Here comes Haynes King with a chance. To pull off what no one thought could happen, especially on Alabama's home field.
The big question is, can that offensive line hold up?
First down from the 29. King throws complete. Toe-to-toe brings down Stewart immediately, but the clock will move. Be around 90 seconds left when he gets his snap off. 2nd and 6. King throws complete. Stewart's down short of the first down as he slipped. Got an Aggie down.
I think it's Bryce Foster, number 61. His left leg basically just gave out when he was trying to block on that play.
With 1:19 remaining. Injured player walks off. Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, we were wondering about a time runoff at this point.
Not yet, Brad. Inside of 1 minute, and if the status of the clock would be running at the end of the play inside 1 minute with an injury, then a potential 10-second runoff.
All right, Gene, thanks. There's a throw out, A-Chain. He got the first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily.
So 3 completions for 10.5 yards. The 2 short of the first downs are the ones that hurt. You got to throw the ball past the first down marker or out of bounds.
Haynes King back to throw again. And this one he just whips to the side.
Oh,
It's caught!
Play.
It's caught by Evan Stewart. I thought it was going to be intercepted.
2 defenders. 1 guy in white, and he goes a little higher. What a play.
23-yard pickup. 37-yard line, first down. And now, did Alabama take a timeout?
Completed pass. The previous play is under further review.
Okay, so they're looking at the previous play on the completion of Evan Stewart, the freshman.
Well, he had it when he was in midair. Does he go and complete the catch? He's got it. Helms tries to rake it.
Can't tell with his back turned to us on that one.
Not from that angle. Helms kind of gets his hand on it. Does it come loose? Can't tell.
Tell you what, he's doing a good job of covering it up.
Yes.
I think it's a catch.
I do too. So far, nothing showed that that ball moved at all.
Gene, you're right back with us.
Yeah, sure am, and I think it's just a great catch. To me, I think he cradles it and has both hands secure on it. I don't see a football hit the ground anywhere there, guys.
I want him on my basketball team.
I know, unbelievable.
2 defenders right there.
First down.
There was a catch.
It's a little bit of a break for A&M. They now get to huddle up and call 2 plays here on the replay official look at that catch.
So it's at the 37-yard line. First and 10. 51 seconds left. Texas A&M, no timeouts. King, Will Anderson giving chase, throws late, incomplete.
That was a great incomplete right there, because if that ball's caught, it's going to cost them 15 to 20 seconds.
Got a flag down.
Holding. Defense, number 3. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Aaron Arnold with a hold.
Yep. Got beat at the line of scrimmage. He felt he was in danger, and watch him grab a hold and yank him down. Well, I'll tell you, Evan Stewart is showing his ability at the line of scrimmage. That's when you beat the press coverage.
First down, Texas A&M. 45 seconds.
You at least have to give number 1 a jump ball in the end zone, don't you?
We know he can jump.
And we know he can catch when he jumps.
King, blitz coming. Anderson giving chase. This one he throws to the sideline. Will Anderson looked like he got shot out of a cannon that time.
5-man rush that time. Bama aggressively coming in. Will Anderson on that stunt again. Just doesn't get there quite in time to get the sack, but forces the incompletion.
Alabama's long winning streak, their #1 ranking. All of it on the line here. 39 seconds left. Crowd trying to help the Tide defense. King goes deep to the end zone. Broken up by Arnold.
Well, Jimbo's thinking what I was thinking, right?
Yep.
Give him a jump ball.
And now Hayes King shaken up again.
Right down the middle of the field.
He took a shot as he let go of that ball. Right there. Third down and 10. Here they come. King down the middle. What a grab by Muhammad. He's got the first down.
His clock will stop. Get up. They can spike the ball now. Get up and spike the ball. It'll only cost you 1 second right here. And you got 3 plays to win the game.
At the 15. Clock running now. And there they stop it with 17 seconds remaining.
Plenty of time with 3 plays. Remember, the last play, you only need 1 second. So you got 8 seconds for 2 plays.
On 3rd and 10, there's the 12-yard pass and run by Moose Muhammad, who we highlighted early in the game and said he'd have to come up big at the wide receiver spot, and he has.
I think every pass has to go into the end zone now.
King can't take a sack. Got rid of it just in time.
Wait, has he thrown like 8 of those in this game, by the way? One of them complete to Stewart, but he backs up and just gets rid of it because that protection is not holding up. Will Anderson has had like 7 sacks that he has not been able to complete because of the retreating Haynes King.
10th play of the drive coming up. A couple plays left. Alabama trying to muster one big push to get a sack that would end it. King lobs it. End zone. Intercepted. It's ball game. Alabama will win. Wait a minute. We got a flag down. Hold the phone. Jordan Battle was the guy that intercepted the ball, but let's wait and see.
Well, they're calling holding on the slot inside on the play all the way.
Here's the all-important call with 3 seconds remaining.
Pass interference on the defense, number 14. Carl Purdy in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Again, attacking the 3rd man in, attacking the inside linebacker. It's actually a dime player this time, but that's where the hold comes, right down the middle of the field.
And here's your game at the 2-yard line with 1 play left. There's the jersey held by
that's
Brian Branch.
Good call.
1 play to try to upset the #1 team in the country. And now Alabama's going to take a timeout.
How valuable was that field goal now, right?
Yes. Two field goals, in fact, if you're an Alabama fan.
Well, the last one Jimbo took, I remember when he was going to go for it twice, and then he kicks it.
You're talking about their kicks.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the other side.
Oh, yeah, I know. Those things add up to field goals. 2 misses, and then 2 penalties and a field goal made by A&M. Bill Reichard, after the sack that forced him a little longer, would have been made without the sack. Then he has a chip shot, basically. And then after 2 false starts, A&M kicks a field goal to get it to here.
One play for one monumental upset for the Aggies. King to throw for it to the corner. Incomplete. Alabama survives at home. There will be no back-to-back upsets. The Aggies gave the Tide all they wanted and then some. 24-20 the final. Jennings with the winning coach.
Coach, that wasn't easy. How deep did this team need to dig to get this one tonight?
Yeah, it was a great win for our team. You know, we had a lot of adversity to overcome, especially with Bryce not being able to play. You know, Jada made some good plays, but we had no consistency on offense. And, you know, defense made the play when they had to, but it's a great win. It was a great atmosphere to play in. The crowd had a lot to do with helping us win.
When you think about, we're going to celebrate this win, of course, but next up you got Tennessee. I know you want to focus on this game right now, but what do you want to clean up before you're going into an undefeated team?
Yeah, well, Tennessee's got a really good team. You know, hopefully we'll get some of the things we did wrong fixed, and, you know, maybe we'll get the quarterback healthy too.
Go celebrate with your team, Coach. Congratulations.
Well, that's for sure. Too many turnovers. Their turnover margin is about the worst it's been at this point in the season in a long time. And if they do get number 9 back, it makes a huge difference. But here's the play and the final play. King trying to go to the corner to Stewart.
Heroic effort, I think, back-to-back years. Zach Calzada last year, Haynes King this year, fighting all the way to the last play. Calzada got the touchdown throw this time. Good coverage to the outside. Throw was not there. One-on-one, you had your best receiver and just a bit outside.
And obviously a disappointed quarterback and a disappointed head coach, but a heck of a game, man. 2 years in a row between the Tide and the Aggies, and this one goes in Alabama's favor. Will they stay number 1? That won't matter. What does matter is they stay undefeated. They go to 6-0 and 3-0 in the SEC. Play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. I think we just saw it. There were a lot of great plays and a lot of big plays, but when you need one play with 3 seconds left, that's what they got. And number 3 breaks it up for Alabama. And Evan Stewart, who had a great game, the freshman wide receiver, comes up empty over there at the goal line. So Texas A&M drops to 500, 3-3, 1-2 in the SEC, and the Crimson Tide 6-0.
So many things could have gone inches the other way in that football game, and it ends up being inches wide. What a way to lose and win a football game.
No doubt about it. GMC Game Changers. Forget about the big eaters up front. They do a marvelous job and have for the last 2 weeks. Offensive linemen.
Yeah, rushing in this football game for, what, 288 yards?
Yeah.
And they did it. A little bit of quarterback run, but a lot of blocking up front. All game, they were consistent running the ball.
A lot of Jahmyr Gibbs as well, so he has another big-time performance out of the backfield.
And one more look at the last play that prevented an upset of the #1 team in the country. Just a little bit off. Tight coverage, and Evan Stewart couldn't pull that one in. So the Aggie fans go home disappointed. The almost 100,000 Crimson and White fans go home happy because next up's Tennessee. That's going to be a good one as well. Final score, Alabama 24, Texas A&M 20. That's going to wrap it up for us. For Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Tuscaloosa. We'll see you on Rocky Top for a battle of unbeatens next Saturday.